Todd McShay and Bill Coley. We are up to pick 24 for the Cincinnati Bengals, who came so achingly close to finally getting that elusive playoff victory this past season. And then they watched elusive wide receivers, Mohamed Sanu and Marvin Jones, leave the flock in free agency. So is that a need they have to address? The sartorially splendid Coley Harvey saunters to the podium. Coley, what are we looking at?
Well, I always have to thank you for that, Trey. But, Trey, I got to be honest. When it came to being the Bengals representative for this mock draft, I was a little nervous at 22 and 23 when the Texans and also the Vikings were on the board, and that's mainly because the Bengals have similar immediate draft needs. Now, on the overall, the Bengals are actually fairly unique. They're looking more for long-term depth at most of their positions, particularly defensive tackle, where Domata Peko is entering the last year of his contract, and then also at linebacker, where just today A.J. Hawk was released. Now, as far as that immediate concern, you just touched on it. The two receivers, Marvin Jones and Mohamed Sanu, both leaving in free agency. The Bengals want to make sure they get a player who can kind of replace those guys, a player who can play on the inside as a receiver, but also on the outside, a player who can make the contested catch a lot like Marvin Jones, and who can get the yards after the catch a lot like Mohamed Sanu could. So, when Corey Coleman was gone, when Laquan Treadwell were gone, two players who I'm not quite sure really fit the Bengals, I thought of one guy, and that guy I'm going to pick right now with the 24th pick in the NFL Nation mock draft. For the Cincinnati Bengals, it's going to be receiver Josh Dotson from TCU.
All right, Coley, thanks. Third straight wide receiver off the board. Todd, a lot of people thought he could be the first wideout.
I like this guy, and you can pick holes in everyone's game, but I think he's the best receiver when the ball is in the air in this entire draft class. Does a great job adjusting to the ball, using his frame. He's got the size you look for at 6'2", a little bit over 200 pounds. And he's a competitor. He's going to come in and work hard. I think in this offense, while there's, you could argue Will Fuller from Notre Dame, the vertical speed, but you've got a quarterback that isn't a big-arm quarterback. You need someone who can get off the press and can create after the catch and also can make contested catches. I like it for Cincinnati.
By the way, if the board does fall this way, it would be the first time in the common draft era that 3 wide receivers were taken in a row in the first round. The pick is in, and of course,